Let's have a look at the contemporary trends in Dalit movement. Caste prejudice is still alive and kicking in India. They have got space in the constitution as SC, ST or OBC, but at the same time in the abusive list of people which is used by them so frequently like chamars, chandals, etc. They have always been identified as Harijan or Bahujan but never got the recognition as a Jan, that is as a human. And today, the atrocity has taken a more sophisticated form through privatization of education instead of stick to keep them deprived of quality education. They are legitimized to enter nude into the manhole by the so-called sanitized people to make the Clean India mission successful at the cost of their life. But today, by following the path of educate, agitate, and organize, they are more assertive, aware, self-critical, connected, inclusive, and beyond party politics. Today, the movement has been magnified from right to lead life with dignity and self-respect to discarding the exploitative system, abolishing social evil practices, protection of women rights, shelter for orphans and widow, and opening educational institution. For instance, we can see through the massive mobilization on the issue of the suicide of a student Rohit Vemula in the University of Hyderabad in 2016. Now let's have a look at the political spectrum. That Kanshi Ram's legacy of Dalit empowerment left adrift. He founded BAMCEF, that is Backward and Minorities Community Employees Federation, and then the Bahujan Samaj Party, which became a disruptor in India's casteist political spectrum. Rajni Kothari has truly said that politicizing caste leads to its perpetuation and hence the continuation of exploitation in one form or the other. The Dalit Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry is an association which is responsible to inculcate the spirit of entrepreneurship between the Dalit youths, and it also aims to make them self-reliant. Today, the Dalit Buddhist movement, also known as a Neo-Buddhist movement, is a socio-political movement to eradicate both discrimination and caste to uplift them with dignity. Expressions through editorial skills. For example, the Oppressed Indian, the Bahujan Sangatak, Bahujan Times are some editorials which is written by the Dalit community. And we all know that nothing can replace the importance of editorials. Then we have high youth participation. Many organizations such as Bhim Army and various BMCF, BSP inspired regional parties is filling the vacuum of the movement. For example, Chandrasekhar Azad, one of a prominent activist and lawyer from the Chamar community. Today, Dalit students feel more empowered with access to immediate information and have tools to organize. Despite various laws and policies for prohibiting untouchability and discrimination, implementation remains weak. The practice of making a bulk of scattered laws and policies does not lead to dynamic change and welfare of the country. Instead, the state should focus on the implementation and enforcement of the generated policies, guaranteed rights, and generating the positive feelings to the Dalit as well as so-called higher caste people towards human rights for all. It's apolitical work such as preschool training, having an atrocity grievance, and cultural activism needs to be expanded. There needs to be a multi-organizational strategy like promoting intercaste marriages and strict laws against using caste in politics. At the end, I would just like to add that embrace humanity, not caste. Follow equality, not discrimination. Enhance knowledge, not prejudices. Accept future, not past. And at the end, nurture happiness, love, compassion, and not hatred, bias, and anger. Thank you so much for listening me.